is a Flosstube video. This channel is about crafting. More lately, it's been about nothing but cross stitch because that's what I've spent a lot of my time doing. I have you in a different spot because I'm still trying to figure out like a good setup. I think I might start filming over there, but I don't know. I'm not sure. I think I need a smaller tripod, something that I can sit on my desk, because I only have a big one. I don't think you can see it right here standing up on the other side of the door, but I moved my office around and I'm struggling with the setup. So yeah, anyway, let's see. We're gonna talk about, I don't know, floss stuff. So this last week's been hell. This Flosstube is actually late. This should have went up today or yesterday, and it didn't because I didn't record anything until today. Today's like the 12th, I think. Is it the 12th? I don't know. It's something. And then so I moved my whole office around between yesterday and today, and I haven't really been buying stuff, so I don't have a whole lot to show you that way. And I've just been really behind. I've been kind of a funk. Haven't really been wanting to record anything. Part of that had to do with the way that my office was set up. I was so frustrated with the layout in here that I couldn't bring myself to do anything. And it's like every time I turn around, I'd have to move like this shelf here or that stand right there. And then these floss things kept falling off the wall. And it was frustrating me beyond belief. And so I had these giant bookshelves here on this side that I decided to remove. My husband actually told me to remove them a long time ago, but I love staring at my books. They make me so happy. So I cleaned up the like the formal living space, and I made room for the shelves and moved my sewing table to this side of the room and moved my desk over. It looks kind of the same, but I moved it over like a foot or so because my sewing table was on that side. My husband says he wants to do something else in here that would, because I have an L-shaped desk and it's a corner and it doesn't sit in a corner because that over there is where that shelf is. That's the only corner in this room because I have bay windows on this side and then I have the French doors on this side. And the bay windows obviously curve, and then where this door is, it comes out and it meets like at an angle, and so the wall's not straight right there. So there's a corner here technically and a corner on the other side of the door, but I can't put anything there because the door's there. So my husband just bail. I'm gonna watch out because I'll take off. Okay. Anyway, it is what it is. I gave away the tingles things in the last video, so I'll post the name of the winner here. And then in this video, I'm gonna say it in the beginning, Teresa Chuckle and Sherry Eccles, you guys have won gifts previously. Teresa, you actually have won two of the most recent giveaway, well, two of the past giveaways, the Christmas book and the Everlasting Love stocking, the printed stocking, and you never filled out the Google Doc the last I checked. It's been a couple of days since I checked, but when I recorded my video last week, you still hadn't signed the Google Doc. So these are going to come back up for giveaway in the next Flosstube if you don't fill out the Google Doc. And Sherry Eccles, the same thing. You won the card making kit with the floss and the magazine and all of the pieces to that. Never fill out the Google Doc. If you did, maybe you didn't click submit, or maybe there was some kind of error and you didn't get the confirmation at the end. It didn't come up on my end, so if you can please go fill that out so you guys can get your prizes. And then I'll do another giveaway at the end because I didn't take anything out. So I don't have like a lot to show you guys this time. Simply because I'm trying to figure out where to put some of this stuff. simply because, I mean, like I said, we're not buying things. And so the stuff that I do want to talk about is a little bit different. So that's a thing, and that's a thing. We're going to do whips, I guess. Let me get all the stuff together and we'll talk about that. So the good thing about moving my office this way was that one of the bay windows is right here and there was nothing in front of it. And the dogs, it overlooks like right the entryway to my house, and so the dogs would come and push their face into the blinds and stare out the window all day long, especially since it's like right next to the garage. My husband's always outside, the kids are always outside doing stuff, and he gets real nervous. It is what it is. The way the sun is making me look really shiny right here. But this is where you guys are going to have to stand. I know there's a shadow on this side, so it is what it is. Okay, so let me start off with the worst part. I told you guys last time that I was going to put Harry Potter book covers away and do, actually, I don't know if I said that in Flosstube or if I said that on my Patreon, but I said it somewhere. That I was going to put my Harry Potter book covers away and work on the linen and thread cell. I did. I worked on it quite a bit, actually. And then I left. We went to my father-in-law's to watch the football game on Sunday. And I didn't check my office. So these French doors, they have these like little balls at the top that you push in, you know, into place, and then they just stay there. Ideally, it's just not like a permanent latch, but you had to give it some force to open. Well, the little ball broke, and so the door wouldn't like latch or stay stuck. So it would just swing open. The cats could open it, the dogs could open it. So one of the cats came in here. I have a feeling I know who it is, but I'm not 100% sure. I'm like 99% sure I know who it was, and threw up all over my freaking desk. I had to throw 2 skeins of floss away. I had to throw away this chart. I started it because you guys know this is a trio, and this is the last one that I need to do. And I had done all of this bottom part right here. Threw up all over it. Wasn't going to wash it because I was just that pissed off. And so I threw the fabric away, and it didn't get on any of this, thank God. It was up here like a little bit on the corners, so I just took a Lysol wipe and washed that out. But I did throw the fabric away and my work, of course, so now I don't have that new start. I have to start it over. And then my pattern for the Linen and Threads 2020 stitch along was there as well, and it soaked through the edging right here, soaked through it, so these are not waterproof, and got in here all through here, and then it went underneath it and made its way inside so that everything in here was wet. And I had 2 skeins of floss back here that were wet. So I had to toss them. And then the thing that makes it even worse is that I'm doing this with this thread here from Artiste called Peacock Show. Well, guess what place is the only place that has this floss? Hobby Lobby. We are not shopping at Hobby Lobby. And that's the only place I can get this damn floss now. So if you guys didn't know, you don't pay attention to the news, the governor issued a 2-week shutdown of New Mexico. So I told my husband I had to replace this floss. So actually, maybe this happened on Friday. I don't know what day it was. Saturday, because Saturday we went to Hobby Lobby. Today's Monday. Saturday we went to Hobby Lobby. The governor, the shutdown started today, Monday, but she issued the orders Friday afternoon. And the freaking line from Hobby Lobby was from the front door all the way down the side of the building and then going back. I told my husband, I'm just going to have to wait because I'm not going to wait in that line. It's not fair. And it is what it is. So I haven't worked on this in several days because of that. and I'm so freaking pissed about it. So I loosen my Q-snaps when I'm not working on it, so that's why it looks like that. But I don't know what this looked like before. If you want more specific information, I do 1 to 2 weekly vlogs on my Patreon. If that's something you guys are interested in, the link is below. But I've been posting daily updates on Patreon. And so since the last time, I'm pretty sure I did this whole motif and this here. I had to frog this. And if I'm not mistaken, there's no mistakes yet here. I did frog it though, because this is such a massive flower pot. I don't even have a fucking photo of this anymore because I had to throw the whole chart away. And I'm just thanking the Lord that it is a free pattern and that I can just go and download what I need. So from now on, I'm only going to do one at a time. The thing that sucks is that I have the chart for the section I'm working on because I stick it inside of here when I'm working on it, like here at the bottom, so I can see it. So yeah. Since last week, I completed this motif here, and then I think this one was already done. Did this motif, and then this one here, because this is a different month. And yeah, so now I can't do that until the Hobby Lobby order ships. I ordered it Saturday. Today's Monday, no word. Today's 2:30 on a Monday. No idea if it's shipped yet or not. And to give you an idea of the flower pot, that is how big it is. This is a free pattern. So everything marked highlighted in green is what I've done, and I still have all of this. I've got maybe 4 strands or so left. It's not going to do much. Well, 4.5. So I'm right here. If I'm lucky, I might be able to finish these 2 pieces here at the bottom because I'm working my way up. I can probably finish this here for sure, and then start on the other side here. And that's probably all I'm going to be able to do until then. And right now I'm just going to put it away until the rest of my floss comes, because I don't want to be in a groove and then not be able to work on it, because I don't know when the floss is going to come. So this is just going to go put back into the whip. I'll probably take it off the Q-snap. I don't know. I really don't. That's giveaway. So, because I was so pissed off that day, I pulled Harry Potter book covers back out, because why not? So I'm going to put this is what it looks like. This is by Fox and Teacup Designs, and this is the unnamed version. Last I checked, it was still available on our Etsy shop, but I'm not 100% sure. And I'll post a picture here of what it looked like last time. So, and then, oh no, my needle. I unthreaded my needle. Dumb bitch. This is how to take my pattern off. This is where I'm at now. So the other night, my husband and I were watching, Netflix has a documentary on Pablo Escobar. We were watching that, and then we watched You've Got Mail, and we watched something else. I started this documentary about Jim Carrey. I did all of this red down here. Some of the red up in here I did, filled in some of the gaps, and then everything down here I did during that night. And I want to do more. I don't know if I will, but you guys, I can't tell you guys how much I'm loving doing this pattern right now. I wish the other page was here, because I wanted to do some of that purple, because I'm coming into some of the background sky when he's flying on the broom here. But I like to have page finishes and not be skipping all around, and so I'm just going to complete this page. So it's got part of the first book, the second book, and a little bit of the third, I think like half of the third book. So that's what it's going to look like, which actually is fine to me, because I get bored stitching in the same color scheme. So I had probably done up until here, and I was getting really bored with the brown, and then decided to jump over here to the red. So it's kind of a nice breakup of things the way the pages are. So it's working for me. I don't know yet what I'm going to work on this week. My needle minder fell off. What I'm going to work on this week, I haven't decided it yet. I don't have a lot of homework. I got myself ahead on my homeworks. I didn't have like a whole bunch of stuff to do, and then I don't know. I feel like I'm kind of like in a slump right now. I want to stitch, and I've stopped spending so much time browsing eBay and Mercari and Stash Unloading, because I've started doing this new thing that whenever I look at something that I want to buy and I'm like, oh my god, I gotta have that, I pull out one of my binders and I start looking through all of my patterns and think about starting something that I already have instead of purchasing something. And so far it's been working for me, because I haven't bought anything, I don't think. I'm looking through here. The only thing I've bought was floss. Oh, and some fabric, which I'll show you guys. Speaking of, let me grab it so I don't forget. So yeah, it's been working for me. I have 4 binders of cross stitch patterns. So that's a 4-inch, a 1.5, a 2, and a 2.5. That's a lot of binders. And one of them is filled with nothing but haze. One of them is filled with nothing but houses. And then 2 of them are filled with all of the other patterns in alphabetical order, A to Z, and then in order by like the pattern name. So yeah, it's honestly been working for me. I either come through, because I have so much stuff kitted up, I come through my kitted things and think like, should I just work on one of these? And if not, then I pull out my binders and I start looking like, what do I think I have enough floss to kit this up with, or do I have enough fabric to kit this up? That type of thing. So anyway, continuing with the whips, I also pulled out yesterday, just on a whim, because I felt like working on something different. I pulled out Winchester House from Debbie Patrick, because I love Debbie Patrick's designs. And Jay's X Stitch on Instagram, I don't even know why this is in here, because that doesn't even go in there. Jay's X Stitch was doing a Debbie Patrick stitch along, and I thought, hell yeah, because I have so many, and I had to choose the hardest fucking one to do, but this is my favorite one. And so it is what it is. I don't know when I worked on this last, but I had the roof, this cone, and part of the palm tree. And I'll tell you guys what I did. And then this roof, like half of it is blends. It's almost like working on a Teresa Wensler, honestly. And I don't know if I'm going to work on it anymore, like soon. So this is what I have. This is a needle minder that Amy gave me, my friend Amy Sprinklestein. So last night I worked on all the black, which is really weird. It seems like a really hard shift of color to have the black in there, but it is what it is. And then I did all the brown and the black in between. And then what else did I do? I think that's it, honestly. Like, I kept having to stop because we had company over yesterday. A friend of ours, his kids got into a really bad accident on an ATV or on a side-by-side, and they had to fly one of the kids out to El Paso because her injuries were that extensive. And it's been about a week now, and she's still in the hospital. They don't know when she's going to go home. She's alive. She's not going to die, but it's pretty severe. And so we live right in between. They live in another small town, and then El Paso is a little bit east. And so they pass through our town going to El Paso, and, you know, stop by if they have time to say hi and stuff. So I put that away. Anyway, that's too much. So that's it for the whips. So before I get into the other stuff, I'm going to go ahead and show you guys Mystical Diamond Arts October Floss of the Month. I will put any extras up. By the time this video goes up, the extras should be up. So you guys already knew about Atlantis. I used this to stitch on, let me show you guys. I used this to stitch this. This is Atlantis and what it looks like. I freaking love it. And then We also had gourd, which is this yellow and kind of dark yellow color. I don't want to say tan. I was going to say, I should have named it I think I already had something named sunflower, so I just came up with gourd because gourds can be all colors. We also had pumpkin, which I thought was fitting to come out with in October. It wants to focus on my face, so I can't quite get like all the variegation in there. That's pumpkin. And then we had cookie, which is this gorgeous brown color. And then amethyst, which is a beautiful purple. And you guys, I'm even more excited for November's colors, which I will be sneaking one of the colors again, like I did with October. I will be sneaking one of those right now. So the non-subscription versions of these are up on the website, so you can, I still have a couple available, so you can go purchase these without purchasing the subscription. And then I do have a couple of leftover skeins. I don't know which off the top of my head, but those will be available as well. And I lied. I do have, I think, like 2 things that I bought. And today's drink is water, not beer, because we needed it. So there is that. Then I guess we'll do haul. So I have a package here from somebody new, and not like I needed anything, but I really wanted to try them out. I don't know if it's a her. I'm just assuming it's a her, but I could be totally wrong. But it's a company that I found on Facebook. It was a group. No idea how I found it. But they are a fabric company. Her bag is so cute too. Called Volcano Stitching. And what was interesting about her is that she is in Arizona, which is super close to me. And I don't know how to pronounce her name. I think it is a her. I don't know how to pronounce her name. It's Nadezhda? I'm not even going to say the last name. However, super responsive, fast shipping. She bills right away, gives you the tracking. I got my tracking number in the same day. And you guys, these are way bolder than I thought they were going to be, which is super interesting because I thought they were going to be toned down, but I really like them. She put them in the same bag. So I think I have other bags though that I can separate these out to be. So I got, it's fabric. I got 2 pieces of fabric from her. The first one I got, so if you're looking for super bold fabrics, I would definitely check out their group on Facebook. It's called Volcano Stitching. Very new right now. Anything you see you can pretty much get, because there's not a lot of rush to get the fabric right now, like Be Stitch Me, because your group's quite large, which I like because I saw a bunch that I liked, but I thought, you know, I'm just gonna get 1 or 2 and see how I like them, and I'm impressed. So there's no names on them, but this one is 14 count Aida, and it is an 18 by 19 piece. And it's freaking beautiful. I thought this would be a great piece for maybe a mermaid or a memorabilia mermaid, maybe. I don't think this is big enough. You know what? I don't think I'd stitch a mermaid on this anyway, but some type of mermaid or bewitching pixie. I lied because those are mermaids as well, but you know what I mean. So yeah, I think it's gorgeous. It looks so pretty. This might even be a good piece for the what's Dark Queen of the Seas, but to be honest, I don't think I'm gonna stitch it. I should have waited, and I think I learned my lesson with mystery stitch alongs. I just, for the most part, I've been so in love with what Autumn Lane Stitchery is doing that I didn't think twice about purchasing the stitch along, and now I'm regretting it because I'm not too thrilled with the pattern, me personally. And then the next piece I got was 16 count Aida, 18 by 24. And she does have other stuff, but right now she has mostly Aida. So this is a much larger piece. And it looks freaking gorgeous. This would look great in one of the haunted houses, but I don't think it's big enough. my chopping wall would look great on this, or some other type of witchy stitcher pattern. It looks amazing. It's not as bright as it's coming out on, well, yeah, I feel like the yellow is a little bit brighter on camera, but it looks amazing. I really, really like it. And then a lot of her stuff comes out on 14 count Aida, which I don't particularly need a bunch of 14 count Aida, but lately I've been finding myself wanting some more 14 count. And 16 count, you know what's funny is that I'm not a big fan of the 16 count Aida. I don't know why. I like 18, I like 14, and then I can do 32, but 16 for some reason, which is really weird, I'm just not a big fan of it. So I was really looking for some of the 14 counts. So I will probably get a couple more pieces at some point. I'm still going to stay in her group. You know, it is what it is. And then, so, okay. That goes to, no, that's something different. Okay. Everyday Witch Tarot, the Heaven and Earth design that I got, I think it was last week's Flosstube. I decided to go and kit it up at Joann's because, first, Joann's is kind of far. You guys know I'm boycotting Hobby Lobby, so this was before the cat throw up incident. And I wanted to go kit Everyday Tarot up because I didn't have all of the floss. Is this Everyday Tarot or is this Quarantine Cats? I think this is Cats. Hold on. No, this is Hazel's World. Okay. I could have sworn that I kitted it up. I don't know what I'm doing, you guys. What I did here was I went and got every color that called for more than one skein because I generally have only one skein. And so some of the colors in here called for like 10 of one skein or 3, 4, or 5 of one color. And I don't have that much of one color. And so to keep dye lots consistent, you should buy them all at once. And so that's what I did. So I went through the chart on my phone and bought everything that called for more than one skein. So that's what's in here for the Everyday Tarot. Now, the only thing that was shitty about this was that I don't have a piece of fabric for it because it's a hate. And right now I'm kind of in a weird funk where the pieces that I have started in tent stitch, I like them, but I want to try something different. I have a piece of 25 count Lugana. I have a couple of pieces of 25 count Lugana and I have some of them kitted up in Hayes and I'm not happy with the stitching the way that it's coming out because Heaven and Earth says 2/1 on 25 count does not work. I don't know in what world you can do 25 count 2/1 full cross. Does not work. I think some of the fabrics have a looser weave and it's the same count, but the weave is looser and it might work on those ones, but I have never been able to make 25 count 2/1 work. Full cross. Tent, yes, not full cross. And so on 25 count, the tent is a little bit more gappy than I would like it to be. And on, I don't want to do 1/1 because I hate stitching 1/1. I feel like the crosses take a lot longer. I just don't have a lot of satisfaction out of it. But at the same time, I don't want a piece this fucking big that's going to cover my whole goddamn wall. So I'm kind of like, about it. That's the only thing. I don't know. So next thing, I pre-ordered, Bendy Stitchy offered a pre-order of her latest Hildy to her YouTube and her Patreon subscribers. And so I pre-ordered that and she sent it to me the next day. So I'm not a big fan of the frog, but I really like the Hildies and I really like the whole set. I don't have the Christmas one yet. I don't know how many there are. I have this one and I have the other Hildy. I can't remember what it's called. I think it's a Halloween one. But it also has the Autumn Leaves border from Threadworks. So I already have that color. I actually might need another skein because I used it. Oh no, this says Honky Tonky. I thought it was Autumn Leaves. I think I'm going to use Autumn Leaves because it looks like that. I don't know. I thought it was the same, but it's not. But anyway, I love her cart and the pumpkins and everything in it. And so this one's called Hildy's Hayride. And then I think the other one was Yuletide Hildy or Hildy's Yule or something. I don't have that one yet, but I need to get it. So I got that. And then a couple of weeks ago, I put out an alert for the David Tennant pattern that was in Cross Stitcher UK. And I believe it was in a 2006 issue. Number 186, if I'm not mistaken. It took a long time to find it. Couldn't find it on eBay, Mercari, Etsy, the website. None of the digital patterns went back that far, like the digital subscriptions. Finally, one of the ladies that I spoke with before messaged me a couple days ago, and she's like, I found it. I'm going to send it to you. I was like, yes. So she sent me the David Tennant chart that was in Cross Stitcher. This is what it looks like. This is the photo that they took it from. And I'm gonna stitch it. I don't know if I have the stuff, but I hope I do, and I want to get this kitted up ASAP. So that was very kind of her to send that to me. What else? Oh, okay, so I was on Instagram as per usual, and a woman by the name of Christy Stephenson, she is Sarcy Girl on Instagram. I'm going to show you her info first, if it'll focus. Let me hide my head. Right here. Sarcy Girl on Instagram. She came out with a beautiful sampler. I don't know what is wrong with me, because when I first, I'm going to go close that curtain. When I first started not YouTube, but like when I first started stitching, I was like, fuck samplers, not a big fan of them, don't like them, don't want to stitch them. And then the Linen and Threads ones came out, and I'm like, not once, but the 2021, and I liked it, but like I'm still not like in love with it, but I'm actually enjoying stitching it, which is really weird. And what's even more is that I'm enjoying stitching it with the variegated thread. And so my idea was like, well, if I can get a sampler like this, like the Autumn Quakers, I'm thinking of purchasing a, it's a Rosewood Manor chart, because it's charted for a Valdani thread pack, which is like $80 freaking, which I'm not going to do. The Silks for You has a gorgeous like autumn colored set, and I'm thinking of getting that to stitch the Autumn Quakers chart. So anyway, that was long story long. I don't know what it is. Certain samplers just call my attention, and for some reason, like I've been wanting to get like a Hamlet Across the Sea, but I don't even know why, because I'm not in love with the charts. But this one, I think it's because it's fall colored, and the little trees in it are so cute. I'm not a big fan of the birds, but some of the border, I just love the border on it, and it's free. You guys, it was free. Let me read you her note. It says, it's copyright 2020, all rights reserved, please don't be a jerk, because it was free. So essentially, don't steal her shit. But it looks like this, and it's called the 2020 Pandemic Sampler. But it's so pretty. I don't know why I love it so much. I just love the coloring that she did in the birds here. And then the trees are actually like bird baths, and they have little like roosters or chickens on them. And I'm not a big fan of animals either. I don't like stitching animals, but for some reason this was just calling my attention, and I think it's honestly just all of the funkiness of it. The funky colors of the animals. Because again, not big animals. This flower pot too is just calling my name. And I love the flowers in the corner. If you'll focus right here, these just look so pretty. And I don't know when and if I'll start it. I like the fabric that it's stitched on. It looks really nice. And what I like about it too is that when you download the pattern and print it out, she's got this whole page of information about it. About her, about why she designed it, and it's just a nice touch. A lot of people don't do that. And then she's got a whole bunch of other information, the symbol chart. The chart is also in color, which is something you don't see a lot. And then, oh, she dyed the fabric herself, and she tells you how to do it. Can you get any more details than that? And it's just, I think I fully respect her for designing this, and I'm putting it together backwards. So there's that. Long story long. Then, okay. So now this is getting into like Holland plants, because this is the last thing. Linen and, no. Back up. Owl Forest Embroidery had a new pattern. Don't mind my needle minder. It's a freebie called Pumpkin Carriage. It's so stinking cute. I'm absolutely in love with it. And when I saw it, I knew I had to download it. So the thing with Pumpkin Carriage is that the same day that I got this pattern, I had to call up a customer because I was trying to bill her for her floss of the month, and I couldn't get her email to go through. And it kept bouncing back. So I looked her customer information up and saw that she had a phone number. So I called her, and she was like, you know, I really love your floss, but I wish I could see it more in action. I told her, you know what? You're completely right. My flosses are still so new that nobody's stitching with them. Nobody's showing them in Flosstubes because nobody, like none of the bigger names subscribe to the floss. So what I decided to do was I pulled this out, and I'm going to I kitted this up with mostly Mystical Diamond Art floss. 4 out of 5. This calls for 5 colors. Let me double check. Yes. No, 4 colors. It calls for 4 colors, and I kitted it up with 3 of the 4 of Mystical Diamond Art. So again, this is what it looks like. And I pulled this piece of 32 count linen to stitch on it. This is my Harry Potter Frogwarts linen that they sent me in the Harry Potter Frogwarts box from Black Needle Society. I'm going to use this linen, assuming it's big enough. I haven't even checked, but this is a small chart, so it should be fine. It tells me on here 13.5 by 13.5 centimeters, so it should be fine because it's only 86 by 86. So what I did here, they have this charted in their colors, their Owl Forest colors, but there's also DMC conversion. Now their Owl Forest colors are obviously variegated, so I decided to do a variegated one as well. So for the wheels, it's just brown. They recommend 3799 DMC. I'm going to use Cookie, which was October's floss of the month. And then the pumpkins here are in a variegated like orange and red orange color, and the flowers here, I don't have any floss like that, so I'm gonna actually stitch them in pumpkin. And no, I did not name it pumpkin because of this pattern, because this came out last month, my floss, and the pattern wasn't out when I dyed that. So, and then the leaves, you see them here, it's this gorgeous like pea green to like light brown leafy color, like when leaves are wet. And this past month that I dyed the floss for November, one of the flosses I dyed was called Pea Soup. And this is the color that I'm going to dye, that I'm going to use for the leaves in here. It's not quite the same, but it's the closest that I could come to in my own color scheme. So this is part of November's floss of the month. So everybody who ordered and paid for their floss of the month on time should have already received this. And this is the sneak peek. So if you want this, you have to subscribe to the club right now, or you have to wait until December for the extras to go up. So there's that. And then the pumpkin is stitched in something that's a little more subtly variegated. If you'll focus on it, there it goes. And it's still really cute and lighter stitching, like an orangey kind of yellow orange color. So I decided to pull Victoria Motto's Rise and Shine. It's a lot brighter, but I think it's going to match perfect. And so these are the colors I'm using. I hope I didn't cut myself off because I just saw that my video started over. So if I did, I apologize. These are the colors I'm using. So Victoria Motto Rise and Shine. Mystical Diamond Art Pea Soup, Mystical Diamond Art Pumpkin, and Mystical Diamond Art Cookie. I think they match quite nice. What do you guys think? To the original. I think it's going to be great. So that's the first thing. And by the way, while I'm prepping this up for the next, I decided to cancel my Victorian Motto Floss of the Month. So I will no longer be showing Victorian Motto Floss of the Month. The last set that I got was September, and that was already shown a couple of weeks ago. I never received my October Floss of the Month. It was this whole giant ordeal. I've talked to a couple of other floss tubers who are also having a lot of trouble with their Victorian Motto orders, and very reluctantly I got them to cancel my order. I'm just going to say that their customer service is something else. I understand that everybody's going through things right now, but I don't agree with the way that they're handling the situation right now, and I canceled. So I will no longer be receiving any Floss of the Month from them. So, to continue with using Mystical Diamond Art flosses, a couple of weeks ago I showed you guys these freebies from Plum Street Samplers. I have a J is for Jacob and an E is for Edward. So I'm going to go ahead and start these as well. That's 3 new starts. Haven't started them yet, but I plan to hopefully start them really soon. These should be really quick though. And I chose this fabric from my stash. It's a piece of 16 count Aida called Aqua Blast. I don't know where it's from. I got it off Stash Unloading a while back. And I wanted to use the same colorway for it. And so I'm just going to, I don't know. I think I'll probably do Jacob on the lighter side, and I think I'm going to do Edward on the more darker bits, the more moody side, or maybe I'll do that vice versa. I don't know. They're both pretty moody, right? And then I'm going to be stitching Jacob in Smoke, which is another Mystical Diamond Art floss. That's what it looks like on here. This one came out, I think, in September. And then Schoolhouse Red is going to be for Edward, which is, you cannot see the variegation in here. In person, it looks a little bit better. But this one's just very subtly variegated as well, with a light red and a dark red. Just barely. And they're both going to be on this fabric. I think this one came out in August. I'm not sure. They might have both came out in September. I don't know. I don't write them down. So yeah, that's that. That's what that's going to be. They're going to be same fabric. This one, I can't remember what, I think Edward says an apple if I'm not mistaken. So that's what that is, because like I said, trying to use my flosses more. And then after that, I'm going to try to always have some kind of whip with one of my colors, because every month we're obviously dyeing new colors, and so I don't see why we can't keep that trend going. So there's that. And then I kitted up, partially kitted up. Where's the photo? It's somewhere in here. Hazel's World Giraffe. I kitted this up because I want to start it. I had the fabric for it already, which I'm going to be using a piece of 28 count even weave. I had a bunch of this stuff, so don't think I'm going to Hobby Lobby to buy it, because this is my favorite fabric. And when I was going to Hobby Lobby a lot, I would pick one of these up every time I went, and so I already had a weird cut of it that I pulled out, and I will be using for this, and it's not going to cover this whole piece either. I think I'm going to do 2/110 because it's 28 count even weave, and I think it'll be fine. So I have a good chunk of the colors, not all of them. I think I have about half, and that was only going through my bobbins. I haven't gone through my box yet, so I should have enough to start it. And then I cut out the symbols and put them on the back, because I'm going to do this old school, and I'm going to just highlight, because I'm really enjoying highlighting my Harry Potter piece, because that's a full coverage as well, because I'm really liking not having to deal with the tablet or have to use my phone for Pattern Keeper. So there's that. And that was all the haul and all of that, the plans, and I honestly think that is it. I don't think I'm missing anything. I decided to, let me see what I did with it. Well, okay, I think I found it. While I'm doing that, looking for this, hopefully I can pull this out without moving you guys. I can't pull them out. The project stickers that I showed you guys before, oh, you guys, I'm having such a hard time cutting the damn papers. I've told you guys I've had this problem before. I have 2 cutting machines, and so I think I'm going to have to go old school and use my old cutting machine to do it, which is a pain in the ass. I'm going to try one more thing and see if it works. It might just be that I can't use it on my desktop computer, which freaking sucks. And so I might have to use my laptop, which is fine. My laptop is way higher performance based than my desktop. And so I'm hoping that that works. So I did a thing. I'll have to get up again and show you guys. And I purchased this ridiculous pattern. So I decided to buy this adorable Harry Potter Hogwarts crest quilt off of Etsy. Again, I am not supporting the person who wrote Harry Potter by buying this in any way, shape, or form. So it looks like this. And I missed a color when I was picking out the yellows, so I'm short a yellow color. Is it yellow or green? One of them, I'm short a color. And then I didn't get any of the gray. I think I'm missing the silver section. So I'm going to have to figure out what to do about that, because now everything's closed for 2 weeks. I don't know what I'm going to do about that. And I can't order, I don't want to order anything online, because when you order from Joann's online, there's a 2-yard minimum, and I don't need even half a yard for most of these because they're such small squares, even though I'm going to do the full size version of it because all of the measurements are in here. The person who wrote this pattern was, I'm not sure. It's copyright Polly Carlson, but that's not the name of the Etsy shop, I don't think. I'm not sure. But if you look up Hogwarts crest quilt pattern, it'll come up. And let me just say, this is the first time I'm quilting. But this is how, oh, I missed a whip. It's in my fucking car. Ugh. I'll put a picture of it right here, really quick. I worked on Halloween at Hawker & Hollow at my mother-in-law's. And I also made a project bag for it. I'll post a picture of the project bag too, because I made that this week. And then I worked on Halloween at Hawker & Hollow on Sunday during the football game because I don't watch football. Anyway, the person who made this pattern put all of the measurements for each size. So you can do a baby, you can do a throw blanket or a small like child's blanket. You can do a throw blanket, a twin, a full, and a queen. So I'm doing the full double version, which is the second largest one. And I pretty much have all of the colors, except I know I'm missing one of either the green or the yellow. I'm not sure which. And then I'm missing the silver colors and the black. And then the binding and the backing and the batting. I didn't get any of that either because they were closing. Otherwise, I probably could have gotten it too. It would have been easy to get the backing, but they were closing and I'd already had the stuff and I had to still go have her cut everything. And so, yeah. But this should be a good enough start. I can order the binding and the backing and the binding because I need 2.5 yards of the backing fabric. So I could probably order that just fine. And then the 44-inch wide cone of black for backing. I don't know why those are blank. And then the backing fabric. Binding. Which is like, what is it? Bias tape? Not bias tape, but the idea. And then the backing, I need 2.5 yards of that. And the batting, queen-sized batting. And then need a light tan solid for parchment, 8-inch piece of, oh, that's for the middle, huh? Shoot, I didn't see that. So we'll see. And then most of this is the chart, like the cutouts when you quilt. And then lots of directions. So there's that. And that's it, folks. That is all. I'm going to start enjoy my double chin there. Porky Pig at the end. That's all, folks. I'm also going to do a thing. I don't know. I'm going to try printing a diamond painting. Oh, I got to close that. That was a little much. I closed it too much, but that's fine. I think I'm going to try printing a diamond painting and see how it comes out. And I have some glue that I've ordered from a couple of different places that I'm going to experiment with, because I'd really like to start printing my own and looking at ordering a printer at some point to print my own diamond paintings. I think it would be great. So I don't know. We'll see. All right, you guys, that's it. I got to edit this. I know it's less than an hour because we're at 52 minutes and I have to cut some out. So that is it. I think I'm going to try to get this up today. I don't know if I'm going to get to stitching today. Oh, we're going to do giveaway. I can't forget that. So we have 2 things to give away. I saved this calendar thing because I wanted to stitch this, and I wanted to stitch all of the beginning months because I love how little and cute they are, and then I just never got around to it, and I have so much to do, to stitch and do, that I don't need to be hanging on to this big bulky thing. As far as I know, everything is in here. I took out the beginning months because, again, I was going to stitch them. So I took them all out and put them aside in the front because I wanted to do them. Look at how freaking cute April is. I love that. So this is giveaway number 1. And it's just the cross stitch calendar, a pattern a day. If you want to stitch this, you can just say, and then it folds like this so that it sits this way on your desk. And then as far as I know, all the days are in here. Might be missing 1 or 2, but as far as I could tell, it wasn't. And they're mostly in order, but not quite. And that's how they arrived to me, except for pulling out the beginning months. So if you want to stitch this, calendar is often misspelled, so I don't want to say calendar. We could say something about stitching daily or every day. The word I'm going to be looking for is day. So you can say that you stitch every day, or you would like to stitch every day, or something like that. This is cute. A lot of these are full coverage, but you can take the background out easy enough. And then the second one, because I feel like these go together, I'm going to give them away together. I have these hardcover books, 1 hour cross stitch and 2 hour cross stitch. I can't remember where I got these from. I think I got them from the thrift store, but I'm not 100%. I probably hauled these at some point, but I just feel like they go together. This one has a jacket for some reason, and this one doesn't. Oh yeah, I did get them from the thrift store because it's on here right here. So they're going to be given away together. That one, let me see. No, because this one doesn't have a cover on it, so I don't know. Maybe they just came that way. So this one says it has 515 motifs in it, which is like all these small little things in here. Obviously, there's not going to be, like, everybody's not going to like every little thing in here, but there's like full alphabets in here. There's these cute little cats in here. There's a bunch of stuff. And then the 2 hour cross stitch also has a ton of stuff. Let me see if I can pull up a picture page. Like fruits, mini fruits, pineapples. Looks like there's some letters in here as well. Welcome signs. You know, it's a little dated, but I know that there's somebody out there that's gonna like this. Look at little butterflies and that huge flower. That looks like they did thicker thread on that little flower pot there. Almost knocked my woota over. But anyway, oh, look at that skein. It's funny. Okay, so tell me something about how many hours a day you spend stitching. I'm going to look for the word hour. So I think if you say hours, it'll be fine. If not, I'll try to use both words. No, just hour. Tell me how many hours a day you stitch. Do you stitch for 1 hour? Do you stitch for 2, 3? Or do you go an hour and then take a break? And if you have another more time. So that's the 2 giveaways for this week. I gotta get rid of some of this bulky stuff and clear some space because right now my giveaway piles are taking up 2 bins and I need it to be in 1. So bulky stuff first. All right, you guys, that is it. I need to go. I want to get this edited, get it up, and yeah, tomorrow is a Mystical Diamond Art new release video. So if you guys are interested in diamond paintings, watch out tomorrow. Thanks for watching.